T.
Okay, so Martha, you're now traveling with TVMA the T, all the way from Houston, Texas. And Martha, you are located where? You're now traveling with TVMA the T. I will be interviewing Martha Hughes, the marathon runner in San Francisco. She manages her blog and podcast, Martha Runs the World. Martha, thank you for this interview. I really appreciate it.
Sure.
And my hair keeps falling. This is ridiculous. Okay, so Martha, I was talking with you, was it last week?
Yeah.
Okay, so last week I asked a couple of questions because our show is a travel podcast show.
Yes.
And it engages experienced and new travelers alike. And so I also wanted to feature you because I just thought it was awesome. I know as a marathon runner, our feet takes us many places. I know that. But I know there's a deeper meaning to why you do what you do. And I also wanted to pick your brain a little bit to gauge you and to see how far you have traveled for your journey, why you do it, and so on and so forth. So are you ready?
I'm ready.
All right. So Martha, how long have you been doing marathons?
Well, I've been running since my 20s, so I've been running a long time.
Okay. So, and she looks great, right, guys? She looks awesome. So, Martha, I understand that you've been running a long time, but what motivates you to run?
It's fun, and it actually represents freedom to me. When I run, it's me and me alone that is doing that. I don't have to rely on a machine or anyone else. It's my own power, my own legs, my own heart, my will moving me. And I run a lot of trails. So when I'm out on the trail, I'm in this beautiful part of nature, and it's just me and nature, and it's glorious.
You're connecting, you're becoming one.
Yes.
You're becoming one with the environment, and that's beautiful. So what is the furthest you say you've traveled in your marathon journeys?
Well, I haven't traveled for races much, but I have run in a lot of places.
Mm-hmm.
The farthest I traveled, I haven't raced outside of California. I did the California International Marathon in Sacramento, but when I travel, I run. So the farthest I've run before is Norway. I ran in Norway and France before. I've run in Paris before.
Now, I know Cali, has that comfortable type of weather. You can run, and it is not like Texas where it's too extremely hot. And then it's not that briskly cold. But how would you compare it versus you running in Norway and you said Paris, right?
Yes.
How would you compare the difference in the climate?
Norway was cold because I was there for a music festival in March, and it was freezing. It was so cold, but it was beautiful. Norway is beautiful. In Oslo, I ran all over Oslo downtown, and it was very quiet and peaceful. It was cold, but it was really nice, and I got to see all the historic sites and everything as I ran past.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So being that I'm gonna say you are an experienced marathoner because I listened to a few of your podcasts, and the one that I was listening to, I think you were telling everyone how to prepare and how not to prepare. And one thing you said on there was you can't think you're going to eat ice cream and then go run. I was like, darn it, because that's my weakness. I love ice cream. And so can you explain to the viewers, how should one literally prepare if they want to start running a marathon?
Well, I would suggest just start walking a lot. I get some really good shoes and walk a lot. And once you can walk for a half an hour briskly, 15-minute miles, 20-minute miles briskly, then if you want to start running, then you can. But I would say then what I would do is run 2 minutes, then walk 2 minutes, run 2 minutes, walk 2 minutes, and then you can increase that. And do that 3 times a week for a few weeks, and
that's a journey, Martha. That's a journey because I'm out of shape over here now. I am so out of shape. And it's so crazy because I'm ex-military and I used to be a track star in high school. But time has caught up with me. And
you can never not start. You can always start.
I know. I need to get
at
better.
1670. I do ultras now more than I do marathons. I do races longer than marathons.
Yes.
And I have 70-year-olds passing me up. They're speedy. It's like,
wow.
Oh my God, we're so fast.
Wow. Well, I mean, a marathoner is, first of all, that takes heart and dedication as it is. Because those races are very tedious. They're very tedious, but it also shows the heart and the tenacity of the runners as well. So I was listening to them like, yeah, she's very much in shape. And meanwhile, over here, okay.
Well, it's hard though. I like to eat too, so trust me on that. It's always a fight, but you can eat your ice cream after a race.
Oh, so I don't have to completely cut it. I can treat myself and reward myself after. So yes. We have a trail in our neighborhood, and I'm just going to probably just walk it instead of riding a bike through it. I'm going to take your advice, Martha. I'm going to see if I can do it. I'm going to let you know how it goes. I'm going to talk about it on the show.
Just be active,
I know. I got to get better at that. Okay, so we talked about you running internationally and everything. What's up and coming for you, Martha Runs the World?
I have a big race coming up in June. It's a 50K. It's 31 miles.
Wow.
And it's so beautiful. It goes through the forest in Northern California. We have a mountain, Mount Shasta.
Right.
It's a beautiful mountain, and it goes around the base of Mount Shasta. So I'm going to take a vacation. I'm renting a car. I'm going up there. Going to stay up in the mountains a few days, do the race, and then go into the mountains and have a really nice vacation. So it'll be great.
That's good. Okay, so. Yeah. How do you concentrate on the race and not so much focus on the beautiful surrounding?
Oh, well, that's always a challenge. You have to make sure you have to watch your footing so you don't.
I know, because it's pretty rocky in those parts, right? Exactly. Yeah. But I mean that view is priceless, though.
It is. Well, I run slow, so I can look at it while I'm running. I'm not fast.
Okay, so you'll be able to take it in.
Yes, yeah. Exactly.
That sounds awesome. Okay, so that's awesome. You have a 50K coming up next month. Well, no, in June. And okay, so to all my future marathoners out there, I am friends with a lot of people, a lot of them physical, some of them are trying to. And if someone wants to become a marathoner, what would you suggest to them to motivate them?
Well, I would find a good plan. If they haven't started running, a good plan is Couch to 5K. C2 5K is a really good plan to start running. It'll take you going. You can always repeat it if it's too fast for you. But just get started running, and then look for a plan. Do a 5K, and then once you go to a 5K, then you can do just 3 miles, and then you can go to a 10K, which is 6 miles. And then if you need to walk a little bit, you walk. You run a little bit, you walk. When you're tired, you run, you walk. I mean, that's
Yeah.
And then if you want to increase it, you do, and just make sure you have the right shoes.
Okay, can we talk about that? Because I did hear in your podcast where you stated that every shoe's not equal.
Right. You want to find the right shoe for yourself. So you want to go to a running shoe store, and have your feet fitted, and then you'll find out what the proper shoe is. Because everybody's feet are different, and one kind of shoe might not be right and might hurt your feet. Mm-hmm. So you want to make sure you have the right shoes. And that's really the only big piece of equipment you need. Everything else you can get on sale, you can get cheaply, but you want nice shoes.
Right. Okay, so I did learn that bit of tea by listening to that podcast.
Oh,
Thank you.
So much.
No problem, guys. You've been traveling with TVMA the T. Martha, share your blog/podcast for the viewers. MarthaRunsTheWorld.com, guys. Make sure you go there. She has some great information for you up-and-coming marathoners who want to learn what it is and what you need to do to get prepared to run your next best marathon. Thanks again, Martha Runs the World. Shout out to you all the way from San Francisco. I'm in Houston, Texas. Have a great day.